Brexit outrage as New Zealand farmers will have to go through less red tape to sell lamb. British farmers will have to go through more red tape to sell lamb to European markets than New Zealand ones, it has emerged. After almost a year of negotiations and multiple missed deadlines, Britain and the EU have finally secured a post-Brexit trade deal. Announced on Christmas Eve, Prime Minister Boris Johnson described it as a jumbo Canada-style deal and declared, "All our red lines about returning sovereignty have been achieved. Everything that the British public were promised during the 2016 referendum and in the general election last year is delivered by this deal. The deal is fantastic news for families and businesses in every part of the UK. We have signed the first free trade agreement based on zero tariffs and zero quotas that has ever been achieved with the EU." Speaking from Brussels, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the EU had achieved 5.5 years of predictability for our fishing communities. She added that on issues such as climate change, the EU and the UK will stand shoulder to shoulder to deliver on our common global goals. As usual, though, the devil is in the detail, and in the full text of the trade deal published on Saturday morning, it has emerged that New Zealand farmers will have to go through less red tape than Britain, as there is no equivalence agreement. BBC economics editor Faisal Islam wrote on Twitter, "The food industry, already smarting from events, says the lack of equivalence for Great Britain's agri-food, sanitary and phytosanitary measures (SPS) is problematic. As it stands, they say New Zealand has a closer relationship on SPS with the EU than Britain from January 1 with an agreement that limits checks 1% and simplifies paperwork." Sharing his frustration, a Twitter user wrote, "British farmers now have more red tape to sell lamb to the EU than New Zealand farmers do. We've put up a border within the UK. We've made ourselves poorer and weaker. All to have the right to diverge, that we will never take." New Zealand is recognised worldwide as a reliable SPS partner. The EU-New Zealand Veterinary Agreement, signed in 1996, provides for the recognition of the legislative controls applied to animal diseases by trading partners. This reduces the compliance costs of New Zealand industry meeting requirements such as animal health certification assurances, and contributes to improved market access for New Zealand products to Europe.